Bounce back and forth, go ping pong. Top floor with a hoe, King Kong. Bring the ball, knock knock at the door, ding dong. I ditch work, sing songs, ripping bones. Yeah, yeah. I love it when she wear the thong. Make my dick really long. That's right, that's wrong.
This is a beautiful night, man. Kenny Supertramp coming with the heavy hitter with the music, the theme song of the CFL. Madden 18 coming up soon. CFL Primetime is back for another great season. Season 20 in the CFL, man. UD is joining me tonight due to some technical difficulties on this stream. UD, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing awesome. I'm ready for CFL to get underway.
Tonight we've been hyping this Browns and Steelers matchup between Dr. Strange and Wyrick. Should be a good one. Should be a great division this year. You got some keys to this game?
I think listening to a little bit from both coaches, I think the key is going to be how does the Browns offense handle the Steelers defense? Can they get some success in the passing game? The Steelers have a great pass rush and are looking to drop backs in coverage and keep everything in front of them. What can the Browns offense do to counteract that? It's going to be one key to the game for me.
The Browns will be without Myles Garrett, who was hyped up as a possible Rookie of the Year candidate. He still could make it. He's expected to be out for a couple weeks with an ankle. So just disregard him being in that graphic that we've been using to hype this game. Le'Veon Bell, though, for the Steelers with that offensive line, I think he's my key tonight. He can make some waves. Multifaceted back. The Browns should definitely be worried with their young defense containing him, let alone Antonio Brown new and a motivated Joe Hayden on the other side of the ball playing in Pittsburgh now.
I'm excited to see what Martavis Bryant looks like in his first game back in the NFL in over a year. That's going to be a huge key for the Browns or the Steelers, success on offense.
We will give these boys a little minute to get it together, get in the lobby and get ready. Just waiting on the Steelers to show up to the stadium.
Their bus got delayed a little bit by traffic.
We do have
in Cleveland.
We do have a few more games that will be kicking off right after this one, streaming on the various SCTV channels. We should have another AFC North matchup between the Ravens and the Bengals after this game.
You excited for that one?
I'm excited to see what this interesting Ravens team has to offer.
I'm excited to see what Smash Mouth is going to do in Baltimore. That's a nifty little group of skill position players for him there.
Yes. Joe Mixon, he's expected to use Joe Mixon heavily with the trio of running backs that they have in Cincinnati, but these gentlemen are ready to go, so I'm ready to go too.
I am ready to kick CFL off officially for season 20.
Who's your Super Bowl champ before we start our first game? Who you got?
Boy, you're putting me on the spot quick. I'm going Lions.
You're going Lions, the obvious pick.
Yep, the obvious pick.
I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest. I just decided to ask the question.
Yep.
So it's kind of easy to just fall back on that one.
If you're going to ask me for a under-the-radar pick, I could see the Packers making some noise with Morgan there taking over the helm this year. He went all in last year when the Super Bowl season won, and he's got himself an even better roster to start with there with Rodgers and company. So it could be a little under-the-radar pick.
We are going to go live here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland for this big-time AFC North matchup.
Deshaun Kaiser making his CFL debut right in front of our eyes tonight.
Deshaun Kaiser, Big Ben Roethlisberger. You see Kaiser taking the field there. It's going to be exciting here today. We will. Dr. Strange, you need to, you choked. You just choked, Dr. Strange. I'm not even going to lie to you. You choked. Oh well. Turn off that commentary, Dr. Strange.
I say, I don't even have it on. Is the audio on?
Yeah, it's on.
I have it muted.
Anyways.
Looks like the Steelers are all set to kick off once we get the technical difficulties out of the way after opening kickoff.
Yep, he's got to kick the ball here.
Yep.
The man choked.
That's okay. It's his first time in prime time in a while, so.
We'll let Madden go ahead and deal with that kickoff as the Steelers take it out of bounds on the delay of game. Nice little start there to the season.
That's okay. It's week 1, you know, got to get those pregame jitters out of the way.
Something like that.
I don't think master volumes. Just turn the in-game commentary down.
Slowly but surely.
We'll be good to
Still
go.
got that annoying bottom line, but hey, we'll let everybody see who's in the league and who's not.
There are some interesting week 1 matchups, though, when you watch that bottom line there. Some very exciting ones out there.
And it will be Deshaun Kaiser taking the field for the Browns, making his rookie debut, won the starting job in camp. Impressive by the young man out of Notre Dame. He didn't really have that much competition, if we're going to be honest, though. It was not too hard to stand out ahead of Brock Osweiler, who has now moved back over to Denver.
That's a good move for Osweiler. Got paid and still ends up back in the team that he left originally. But you know what? I think the Browns are better off for it as well.
Kaiser is going to mix things up. Crowell joins him in the backfield here. And he'll take the first play up the middle off the left side for 1 yard. Let's take a look at this Browns offense with this new offensive line. J.C. Treader and Kevin Zeitler, the big acquisition. Sean Coleman, a question mark at right tackle. And the playmakers on offense, Corey Coleman and now David Njoku as well. First round draft pick, 1 of 3 for this team.
I'm excited to see what Kenny Britt can do in this offense, the offseason acquisition from the Rams.
Second down here, he's going to drop back out of the shotgun and find his running back out of the backfield, Isaiah Crowell, with a little bit of a shake out to the 44-yard line. Nice, simple, easy first pass for the young quarterback there. Let's take a look at this Steelers defense really quickly. Of course, the big man up front, Cameron Hayward. They do have young J.J. Watt's little brother on this team. He will work his way in, not making the starting lineup. And J.J. Wilcox, a new acquisition, is playing in the backfield with Mike Mitchell, winning that job over Sean Davis.
That's a scary safety combination back there. Those guys are going to put some hits on the league this year.
Kaiser, plenty of time, and he is almost picked off there by the aforementioned Mike Mitchell.
Great play there by Mitchell, covering wide corner on that cover 2 out there. Great play by the free safety out of OU, Ohio University.
He never really struck me as a free safety type. He came in with Oakland as more of a strong safety, and he really made waves in Carolina a couple years back before moving on to Pittsburgh, and he's kind of stuck here now.
He certainly has a reputation as a big hitter in the league, but he's showing the range right there that he can play some free safety out there.
Just going to hand off, and Crowell finds a nice lane, nice move.
Nice block there. Who was that? Was that Njoku or is that Seth DeValve? I think that was DeValve picking up that block on the edge.
Very nice run off the edge there. Cleveland showcasing that new front there on their offensive line as well. 9 yards brings up a very, very, very manageable 3rd and 1. Let's see if this offensive line can get the push up front here.
You know when you need yards, you run behind old reliable Joe Thomas.
Right.
The Browns going to be able to get their play in time? It is week 1. We may have some communication issues out here.
That is right. The young quarterback rushing to the line of scrimmage. And he changes the play at the line, and they will take a delay of game.
That's week 1 right there.
Week 1 jitters right there. Appreciate anybody joining us on YouTube and Twitch. I do not have the chat up right now. Should probably do that.
I will pull it up. I'll pull YouTube up if you want to pull up Twitch or vice versa.
Yeah, I got Twitch up.
Okay.
So now it's a 3rd and 6 here, 3rd and medium. Who are you looking for if you're Deshaun Kaiser? Who is the go-to guy with this offense?
I think you got to look for Kenny Britt right here to hold on to a ball in traffic. Corey Coleman's your playmaker, but it's more of a deep play guy.
Britt in motion. Kaiser with all day to throw, and he's going to try and lob it deep over the top, and that might be just as good as a punt. Picked off by Mike Mitchell, who's been all over the field.
That was a risky throw, but you know that ball sailed on Kaiser. It was a good throw, I think. It just sailed on him, and Mitchell made the play, like you said. Probably as good as a punt would have been. So
you did have Njoku open on the double move there.
Yep. I think he almost had enough room that he could have maybe picked up the first down with his legs if he had taken off and run. Now I'm watching the replay, and that wasn't the case.
So Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers taking over with this high-powered offense, and the first carry goes to Le'Veon Bell, and he's blown up in the backfield.
Manuel Ogbah with a nice play, pressuring the right tackle right back into Le'Veon.
Big Ben, the wily veteran quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the CFL to date, 92 overall player. And you'd expect him to throw the ball here, possibly finding Le'Veon Bell, much like Deshaun Kaiser did on his second play of the game, his first pass.
I'm very interested to see how the Browns' defensive philosophy works out this year. We know that the defensive coordinator is a typical heavy zone guy. Let's see what happens this year.
Ben is going to look for Le'Veon Bell. Almost picked off going the other way by Jamar Taylor. Nice play in the flats there.
At cover 2.
And let's take a
both
look at
these
that
defenses showing lots of cover 2 right now this year.
Caleb Brantley making it in as a starting defensive tackle next to Danny Shelton this year. Ogbah and Nassib on the outside, as we've mentioned. Myles Garrett is out for this game. Joe Schobert winning that middle linebacker job, and in the back end of the defense, you got Jabril Peppers. Could be quite a weapon this year for them in many different ways.
Peppers is certainly a guy to watch.
And that delayed handoff is Le'Veon Bell up the middle, and he almost picked up the 12 yards there. Just
I like the play call
of the first down. Very nice play call. Conservative, but with that guy running the ball, anything is possible.
It sure is. That was a couple nice moves by him, too, to get to 8 yards out of that. Or 10, I should say.
Steelers will send this one away. Deep to Jabril Peppers. Plenty of room to work. And he cuts back inside. Nice move there. Ran into his own man, but he gets it all the way out to the 34-yard line.
That's a nice return to set up Kaiser for another strong drive.
That is definitely
Can he bounce back from that interception?
That is definitely one of the things that they expected to see out of him immediately, was a major impact as a return man.
I really want to see what the Browns can do on this drive. See if they maybe get Duke Johnson involved a little bit more out of the backfield. We saw Crowell a lot the last drive. Let's see what they can do with Duke maybe a little bit here.
Johnson showing his moves. Juked Ryan Shazier out of his shoes, but it was just for 1 yard. A lot of work there to pick up one for Duke Johnson, the versatile running back.
Shazier did what he needed to do there. Forced Duke to cut back right into the heart of the defense there. Good play by Shazier and company.
CFL season 20, man.
Boy, we have been at it for how many years now? Since 2012? We've had some huge, we've had some great years out here.
Kaiser out of the backfield is going to send Corey Coleman in motion. Maybe looking for an easy throw on the drag, and he does.
Nice tackle.
And Coleman is out to the 42-yard line again, setting up a 3rd and very manageable here. And you wouldn't expect to see Kaiser and his staff make the same mistake getting a play called in.
I highly doubt that. I think you'll see a quick play call here. I would expect to see a run.
Kaiser with both running backs in the backfield. Looking over the middle, Kenny Britt got walloped by Mike Mitchell. He has been everywhere.
Wow.
On every
Hit.
play, it seems, so far defensively.
Great play by Mike Mitchell there, breaking up a pass to Kenny Britt. Yes, Mike Mitchell is the defensive MVP so far of this game. Not just defensive, overall MVP. Did he stick that? Oh, nope.
So 2 passes broken up, one of them just completely Bob Sandersing, if that's a thing. And a pick.
Destroyed. And a pick, yes. He's been all over the place here, and if this is the case, he's going to be a legitimate AFC Defensive Player of the Year candidate at this rate.
Big Ben joining the shotgun with Le'Veon Bell. And they're going to send him out wide, something they like to do.
I like this idea.
And again, looking short, Ben way off the mark, looking for Martavis Bryant.
I like what they did there. They flooded the middle of the zone.
Let's take a look at this elite Steelers offensive line. Newly signed Alejandro Villanueva at left tackle. Le'Veon Bell joined by Antonio Brown. Vance McDonald making the starting lineup over Jesse James. Interesting move there at the last minute by Pittsburgh.
I like that, though. Vance McDonald's a nice pickup from San Francisco this preseason.
As they try their odds again with another free agent tight end after Ladarius Green did not work out for them.
No, it's unfortunate. So much talent, but just has so much bad luck with injuries.
Bell cutting it up the middle, might not have needed the juke there.
He didn't need the big
Progress is
cut
stopped.
back. I think if he could have done away with the jump cut and just taken a subtle cut up the middle, he could have been in loose for a first down.
Ryan Nassib in on that play, making his mark in there in place of Myles Garrett today.
That's going to be a huge key. What can he do against Alejandro Villanueva in place of Garrett? Because Garrett, like you said in the pregame, was being counted on to be a major impact player here. Nassib's going to have to play a big role in this game for the Browns to compete.
Ben dropping it back with all day to throw, and there he is, Antonio Brown.
Antonio.
Couldn't hold him down for long.
He just put Jamar Taylor in the spin cycle there.
I feel like that's going to be one to watch, is how are they going to defend Antonio Brown, especially with Joe Hayden moving over to the other team just a week ago.
That's tough. Antonio Brown in the
guys?
slot, that's going to be a tough matchup for the Browns, putting Antonio Brown in the slot like that.
You should see plenty of Jamar Taylor on him. He did improve quite a bit moving from Miami over to Cleveland last year, showing more of the promise of why he was drafted so early in the first place as Ben rolls and finds his fullback out of the backfield.
Roosevelt Nix with a nice catch.
Gonna pick up 4 yards. The Steelers like that.
I like that check down by Big Ben, just knowing what he needs to do to keep the ball moving up the field. Didn't really have anything deep, so he took the sure check down to Nix. Do you think this is a game of the top 2 AFC North contenders on the year, or do you think another guy will rise up?
I think these are probably 2 of your best bets. The Browns do have a pretty young roster for competing this first season, as the Browns floated the ball nicely there, only 1 yard from Le'Veon Bell. Obviously, I think all 4 teams are contenders for this division early on. The Steelers you would think would be the favorite based on personnel. A loaded roster.
That's right.
It's all about managing those turnovers and making Ben remain as an elite player in the CFL.
I really like what the Browns though have in the top, in their between the trenches out there.
They go bunches and they throw the screen out, and he's going to pick up the first down.
Ooh. Nice pickup. Nice play call.
And that is James
Conner
Conner out of Pitt.
What a story.
The inspirational young man, and his first touch in the NFL and the CFL goes for 7 yards and a first down. Well-timed screenplay with that bunch to the other side. I'm sure Browns in coverage, Dr. Strange was very worried about a flood there, and they hit him on the other side of the field. Going
I'm
right
glad
at
to see
Carl Nassib's side.
I'm glad to see what Conner can do in this league. Like you said, very inspirational story, and could be a huge success to spell Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, they missed that here the last 2 years in their playoff runs in real life.
That's right.
Bell again is stopped just for 1 yard. Browns are really loading the box up. They want him to throw. The Steelers are trying to run.
Steelers are coming out with these big sets. Steelers are coming out with these big sets. They're only leaving Antonio, excuse me, on an island out there. Let's see what the Browns do though when the Steelers come out in a 3 wide set like they are right here.
Yeah, you'd expect them to take advantage of their personnel, even 4 deep at wide receiver with Eli Rogers, who played well last year as a rookie. They did promote Juju Smith-Schuster to that 3rd spot before this game. Ben again with plenty of time. It is picked off.
What a play out there by Kindred.
Great play by Derek Kindred, who won that safety job.
After the team let Calvin Pryor go.
Yes, he caused a ruckus.
That is right. Wonderful user play there by Kindred on the stepping up in the buzz on the inside there.
Big Ben with all day to throw. He didn't really have a good option though, as that play was pretty well shut down on those posts. And again,
what can Kaiser
do? Set here from
he can take a shot.
Kaiser leaning towards that stretch. Crowell just didn't give it enough time to set the blockers up, but they do pick up a couple yards on the play. Bringing up a 2nd and 8. These teams are really, I don't know if it's nerves, these teams are playing very conservative in their play calling. You'd think, especially the Steelers, they'd be looking to spread it out more, take advantage of the numbers games, and take advantage of the lack of depth from Cleveland in the secondary.
Yeah, I'd really like to see the Steelers get some space out there and get Antonio Brown some one-on-one matchups in the secondary.
Like to see Duke, and there he is, floating it outside. There he is. Very well drawn up play. Puts him in the spin cycle for another extra yard or 2 as Ryan Shazier tracks back to make the play. And that's what you like to see. You like to see them utilize that man who is, he is the only running back in the NFL with 500 yards receiving and rushing over the last couple of years.
Is that true? I hadn't known that stat, but he is a beast out of the backfield. He can do some damage then on some speed runs as well.
It was a great look next to Kaiser with that athleticism.
Yes.
Could open up the option game for this team in the future. If Hugh Jackson's not worried about him getting hurt in that regard.
I was just going to say, if you want to put Kaiser in danger, are we going to rush another delay of game?
Here, and it's going to be the 2nd delay of game from Kaiser, switching the play up. Showing
that was weird though.
The good and the bad.
That was weird that the 2 outside receivers had to flip sides of the field. That's what really cost him on that penalty.
Yeah, just a little thing that needs tweaked by the video game itself, but
yep, that's unanticipated. Is unfortunate.
Surprised that Hugh Jackson hasn't taken control though and ran out on the field and called the timeout when he sees what's happening. As Kaiser will look to the screen to Duke. He does have some blockers ahead, and he's going to utilize that speed to get away from Vince Williams.
Vince Williams read that well, but he had to track it down from the backside. Nice little 9-yard pickup to make up for that penalty. I like that.
Nice swarming there from the Steelers secondary to come up and make the play, and a nice play call from Hugh Jackson.
Gets the Browns right back on track here for this series.
And where are the fireworks in this game that I anticipated we would see from these offenses?
Give them some time. I think they're just feeling each other out. I think you'll see both guys start to make some adjustments as we get into the 2nd quarter and on. I hope at least.
Kaiser plenty of time again, throwing over the middle. He hits Sammy Coates over the middle. Freshly acquired from the team on the other side of the field. A rarity in the NFL.
I like what the Browns are doing here. Going hurry up. They got a little momentum going.
Trying to use some tempo, which Kaiser is all familiar with from his days in Notre Dame.
That's right.
I'm sure he welcomes it. Taking the inside handoff and looking down the field. Nice pickup on the blitz there.
Nice pickup.
And he's just going to have to throw it away, but a great pickup there. I believe that was Crowell.
That was Crowell.
Fake. Might have saved them a good 8-10 yards there and a hit on Kaiser.
I love the play call, but it was even better coverage in the secondary. I thought as soon as I saw the play go off, he'd have somebody open, but the Browns secondary stuck to it, and the 2 high safeties really shut down that post in both wheels.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here. As we are under a minute in this 1st quarter.
So with the way this quarter, what was that?
Nothing too important.
I was going to say, with the way the quarter's gone, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Browns do. Do they settle for a field goal or push for that touchdown here?
He's going to give it inside to Cole. Great blocking, and he cuts it back unnecessarily, but does pick up the first down. Some great blocking there from the Browns front as the Steelers brought the blitz from the other side.
I think Crowell may have cost himself maybe another 7 to 8 yards by trying to cut that back. He could have.
If he had that angle to the pylon, he possibly could have gotten in there. But either way, great first down there. And we'll see if the Browns take this to the end of the quarter or they try and get another snap off here and ride this momentum a little bit.
I think it's going to be, do they have the matchup? Do they have the numbers they want? They think
do.
they do.
Quick toss play here. Great blocking again. Crowell with the cutback.
Duke. That was Duke.
Sorry. And Duke is in for the first score of the game, the first score of season 20.
I like the play call.
Browns first on the board. Are you surprised?
No, I am not. I like what the Browns did. They came out strong, finally, put some points on the board. But the question is going to be, can they hold down the Steelers for the entire game? Because this offense can be very dangerous.
And that'll bring us to the end of this first quarter, where it is Cleveland 7, Pittsburgh nothing with the ball.
Very good quarter, like we said earlier. A little bit of feeling out process as we go here. So let's see what the Steelers do to counter some of what the Browns have been doing here.
Big Ben's going to take the ball out of the shotgun, looking for a wide open Jesse James. And he picks up the first down.
Steelers offensive line gave Ben a pocket he could have stood in for another 10 seconds if he needed to right there. That was great blocking up front.
Right, now that is something that I'm surprised to see the Steelers not going to a hurry-up tempo there.
Yeah, they picked up a nice. The only thing I can think, I think they came out in 2 tights there, so they maybe wanted to get Juju out there and give it a go.
Again, Ben looking to throw the ball. He's going to hit Le'Veon Bell out of the backfield, and he's going to pick up 8, maybe 9.
There's Levy.
And they do go tempo now.
There it is. Now's when Le'Veon's at a real dangerous. In 2nd and 1, he can run or pass right here.
Ben taking his time at the line of scrimmage, getting him in the right look. And Le'Veon is going to take it up the middle, and he's stuffed.
Nice fill by, who is that nickel back there? Was that Body Calhoun?
Brian Body Calhoun, I believe, yes.
That was a nice fill, yes.
So we'll bring up a 3rd and inches now. Pretty unexpected stop there from that Browns front on the 2nd and 1 play with them spread out. And they're going to come out in the bunch to the right again.
Yeah,
and they're going to send James Conner out of the backfield. Interesting to see him in as the 3rd down back there. Quick pass to the flat. Easy peasy to Vance McDonald.
Good read by Ben on that cover 3.
And Ben is starting to find his composure here.
I think it's about time the Steelers hit him with a play action pass. They've been running a lot on 1st down. I think they could really get him to bite up on a play action right here.
Especially this young team as they will hand it to Le'Veon, pushing and looking for a hole, but Alejandro Villanueva could not handle 2 defenders.
Did Nassib get in there to make that tackle?
He did.
Yep. Nice play of staying home on the backside on that counter.
Steelers definitely coming with more of a conservative game plan here in the early going, but they do have the ball in Cleveland territory.
They do. I feel like they're a little bit predictable on offense right now, but that could change at any second here if the coach decides to turn up the pressure.
Ben stepping up in the pocket, and he finds Antonio Brown over the middle wide open. And they're going to go tempo here again. What a strike from Big Ben. Nice job driving the pocket there. Let's see if they go with the tempo snap as well as they do, handing it inside to James Conner, and Max Gilbert just could not get in there and pick up that block.
Jamie Collins with a nice tackle there. He has 4 tackles already in this game. He's all over the field. This is interesting. Browns are coming out with a 4-4 defense here against a 3 wide receiver split.
Jesse James split out wide as well. Ben with plenty of time all day. Again, he's going to force it into a crazy crowd. Horrible throw, and that's Jason McCourty. Chased down by Big Ben.
Big Ben with a nice tackle, but wow, what a terrible throw.
That was a
I'm sorry to say that.
Decision by Big Ben.
Yeah.
And a big-time play, and really they let him out of that one. The Browns defense making a play.
Making a play. They're capitalizing on an opportunity. That's exactly right.
And Kaiser now is going to come out with 3 tight ends in the formation. And he's going to play action here, looking possibly for Corey Coleman on the rollout. And he's just going to tuck it and run, and he gets it down.
That's a smart play right there by Kaiser.
Something you would have thought you would have seen the veteran do on the previous play.
That's right.
I'm not too sure what he was doing there. I don't know if he was trying to lob it to the back of the end zone or what, but that ball was a duck thrown into a quadruple team.
I was just saying, he threw it into a group of 4 receivers. I do think you're right. He was trying to get it over him into the back corner, but it just wasn't there from the start.
Duke Johnson in motion out of the backfield again. They like that 2 running back look as he's going to hand it inside to Crowell, and he has nowhere to go.
Nowhere. Stuffed by a trio of Steeler defenders, including Bud Dupree. Yep. What do the Browns do right here, though? I wonder if they try to take a shot or do they just maybe – I could see them trying to pick up a first down on the ground right here. They haven't done that yet this game.
Yeah, do you take more of a conservative look and say, hey, we appreciate you for giving us the ball back and not scoring those guaranteed points you probably had.
And we'll just punt the ball back to you.
And we'll just try it again here.
Yep, make you do it again.
Do you stay aggressive with that Hugh Jackson mindset? As Kenny Britt will motion over from left to right, bunching with Sammy Coates. Kaiser all day to throw. He finds a man out in the flat, and Isaiah Crowell.
Ooh, what a tackle by William Gay.
A nice form tackle. Crowell didn't really go too hard for that first down, though. You expect him to see him lower a shoulder there and really try and drive for that extra yard. Looked like he was trying to do more of a stutter step juke move there.
I really do like what the Browns are doing on offense. They're calling some really nice plays. I just want to see them.
That one is not going to sit up on the goal line.
That's unfortunate.
Nice looking punt there.
And I really like what the Browns are doing. I just want to see them keep this up and try chipping away with some good run calls as well, which is they've been trying to do that.
So after the interception, nothing hurt on the scoreboard for the Steelers.
Just a loss of about 60 yards.
And Big Ben's back on the field handing it to Le'Veon Bell on a little outside zone play, and he's ripped down by second-year defensive end Emmanuel Ogba, who's going to fit in, I think, nicely as they move back to a 4-3 here, rather than having him stand up or trying to fit him in as a 3-4 D end.
I think it's going to be he's going to be a great fit with Myles Garrett opposite of him. Garrett's going to get a lot of attention. You know Ogba's going to get some one-on-ones with those right tackles. That's going to be great for him.
And Danny Shelton hasn't necessarily been a stud, but he hasn't really been a bust either. There's still some room for growth with him.
Sure.
Ben is going to be taken down.
Oh, no. Speaking
that
of...
That is Larry Ogunjobi.
That's never mind. Yes.
The physical freak, the workout warrior freak, getting some playing time and making a play there up the middle.
Hey, you know what? I mean, he's a great depth guy for this team, and he's showing right here what he can do in limited roles. I feel like the Steelers right now are just way too predictable on offense. They really need to mix up the game or the play calling just a bit.
Definitely agree with you there. As Ben has all day to throw, and he's going to dump it off. He might have had Le'Veon Bell running up the streak there, and he hits Antonio Brown to pick up a few yards and give the punting game some space.
You know, after the interception on the last drive, I'm not surprised to see him not take that chance to Le'Veon.
Ben's looking shook out there right now. Jordan Berry sends it away.
He's had some nice throws. He's had some nice throws out there. He just needs to... Oh, Jabril almost broken. Ben just needs to get into a rhythm out there and start hitting his targets. He's getting some clean pockets. Just needs to use those pockets to his advantage.
Right, and you thought they were finding their rhythm when they were going hurry up, and then it just got bogged down, slowed down there in the last couple plays, and then the interception happened. You expect to see him regroup, though. Kaiser on the play fake, and they brought the house, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in on the play, and Bud Dupree was there as well, holding on to his starting job over T.J. Watt this year. James Harrison also holding on to his starting job, but we expect to see lots of TJ Watt.
TJ Watt's going to be a great filler, and then look for him to step up into a starting role as soon as next year. Who knows how much time James Harrison has left with the team. The wily, he's not even wily, just a physical veteran. Who knows if he can be around next year or not. But the Steelers have a good one to step right in behind him.
Kaiser again with the play clock coming down, sends Duke in motion. Seen that plenty today. He's got plenty of time to throw. He throws it over the middle. What a throw by Deshaun Kaiser as he finds Corey Coleman in one tight window.
I like that, though. Steelers have been showing a lot of cover, too, and Deshaun Kaiser just took advantage of that and hit the seam at the perfect spot. Great throw.
That was a confident throw to, as you said, his playmaker on offense, Corey Coleman. Great job of holding on to that football.
I'm not sure if I agree with the Steelers going with the cover 2 right there with 2nd and 19. I'd been looking to go a little bit more cover 3 to take away that deep look.
Giving a hand on an outside zone to Isaiah Crowell. He trucks the air, but he manages to pick up a nice chunk of yardage. Well blocked there by the Browns offensive front.
Yeah, that was a great blocking by the left side of the line, as you would expect, with Joe Thomas and Joel Bitonio. Great play.
Side note, since Strange did not take the bottom line off, why does it say that a game is being played right now that isn't? Is it just going off of games that were played kicked prior to this one and putting a computer automated score up right now? Because
I don't know why, because
it hasn't been played.
They're not playing, and I saw for the longest time it was 2-0, and I just saw now it's 9-0. I was going to say something earlier, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Kaiser again with all day to throw, and he finds Seth DeValve on the drag as he outruns and outworks Vince Williams across the middle of the field.
That's a big play right there for the Browns. They're in a scoring position with a 2-minute warning.
It quickly brings us to the 2-minute warning.
This is a big drive right here for the Browns to put some points on the board, because the Steelers do get the ball out of the half. If they can make this a 2-score game, that's a huge momentum boost going into the locker room.
Kaiser breaking huddle with a nice first down look here from the 27-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Looks like a zone matchup here. Let's see what he can do.
Quickly finds Seth DeValve again out in the flat. Good little chunk of yardage, and they're going to go tempo here on 2nd and 5.
Randall Gay's been involved in a lot of plays out there on the edge, but he's been a very reliable tackler this game.
Again, driving the pocket. Nice play on the football there to knock it down.
I don't get it. I didn't get a look at who that was. Mitchell again? Man, he's all over the field. Great play. Shouldn't be surprised. It's a bad break for the Steelers, though. That wasn't an interception.
So
what do you do here if you're Browns?
Slows down for Cleveland. I would honestly look to hit Duke out of the backfield on some kind of a Texas route, something of that nature, but looks like they're thinking spread as the clock again is rolling down, and they're going to call a timeout and think about this play.
Smart play right there. I do like that idea. Use Duke. He's a very valuable weapon out of the backfield. See what you can find. You got 3rd and 5. If you get him in isolation against a middle linebacker, you may be able to pick up that first down and more pretty easily.
And they have been able to take advantage of Vince Williams out there. Not so much Shazier, but Vince Williams, they have had some success working against him over the middle.
Mike Mitchell's creeping into the box here. Wonder if he's coming in or if he's just going to play a shallow zone.
They do drop coverage there, rushing 4. Plenty of time, and Kaiser's just going to lob it outside where it is intercepted out of bounds by Joe Hayden, I believe.
That was Hayden, but, you know, good decision there by Kaiser. Put it where likely no one was going to get to it.
So some good drop coverage there from Pittsburgh as they bend but don't break and allow the field goal on the board to make it 10-0 here in Cleveland.
Big drive right here for Big Ben. If they can get points going into the locker room, that would be a huge change of momentum considering they get the ball coming out.
Plenty of room, and he makes a juke out to the left side, and he might be gone.
Is that Juju?
All the way to the house, and just like that, it is a 3-point game.
Great run back, great run back.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it was a nice cut.
He just found the seam there. I believe
that
Juju Smith-Schuster making an impact as a rookie right away.
I believe that was Juju. Let me check the rosters here. Number 19, that is Juju. Yep, great play.
The USC product shows why he is on the field over Eli Rogers right away.
That may just get him some guaranteed playing time as a third receiver.
Duke Johnson's going to take this one out from the end zone. He is going to try to juke back.
Duke went nowhere.
No one ahead of him blocking.
That's a big stop right there for the Steelers to stop him down at the 17-yard line. Browns have to be careful here that they don't make a careless turnover.
They do still
trying
have
to push
all 3
the
timeouts
field.
here.
Right. This is a tough situation for any head coach in the league. What do you do here? Do you try to pick up a first down, or do you just kind of run the ball, make them use their timeouts, and see what you can do? I don't know.
Looks like the Browns are throwing caution to the wind here. And a nice drag there to Corey Coleman, working and picking up 9. And the Browns are going to go tempo. They want to put more points on the board after that.
They sure do.
Kaiser mixing things up at the line of scrimmage.
I'd look for a run right here.
Press across the line of scrimmage.
Oh no.
And he finds Duke Johnson again. He gets out of bounds, nicely drawn up there.
Now they're in business right now. 50 seconds left at the 36 with 2 timeouts.
Have we called Kenny Britt's name tonight?
Only time I can remember is when he got the ball knocked away from on that 3rd and 2 by Mike Mitchell, or a 3rd and 5, I should say, on the left side of the field.
Interesting.
Otherwise, it's been the Corey Coleman and Duke Johnson show, as well as Seth the Valve a couple of times.
I wasn't a big fan of that acquisition and letting TP go.
No.
Don't think it improved them, but
I do completely agree.
Kaiser's driving the pocket. He's looking to run. He's got a little bit of space that is shut down, but a great block by David Njoku down the field as Cam Hayward was in pursuit. Nice job to tuck it and run there by Kaiser, showing that athleticism.
I thought he maybe had to come back to Britt on that left side, but I like what he did, not even trying to force that throw to the sideline. Had been thrown across his body. So good job tucking it down, picking up 8 yards.
Kaiser joined by Crowell in the backfield here.
You got some fatigue out there. I like the fatigue out there.
A blitz coming up the middle. It is almost intercepted by Cam Hayward.
Cam Hayward, if he picked that, he was
and
walking
Mike
into
Mitchell
the end zone.
again on the play, getting through on the blitz.
Mike Mitchell has been a dangerous player tonight. I like what the Steelers are doing with him. They're using him in lots of different ways right now. I'm not sure if they really expected that coming into the game, but he's making them use him right now.
Kaiser dropping back to pass on a crucial 3rd and 2 here. All day to throw. He's just going to lob it down the field, and he hit Sammy Coates in the hands.
It is incomplete.
But he could not hold on to the football. Actually, a dangerous but pretty damn good throw there from Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah, exactly. I thought they had a chance of picking that off if he held it up for another second or two, but it was perfectly timed. You're right. Now, if you're the Steelers, do you just take this into the half and you know you get the ball coming out?
I would take it to the half. You're lucky to be where you're at in this game. Granted, you threw a pick in the red zone, but
do you try to run a draw with Le'Veon, or maybe a screen with Antonio Brown or Le'Veon or something, or do you just
timeouts,
take
you might consider that for sure.
Yeah. As we get closer to the half, one thing I'd really like to see the Steelers do as we go into the second half would be take some more shots deep. You've got Antonio Brown, you've got Martavis Bryant. See what you can do. We haven't seen Martavis Bryant get any targets yet this game, I don't believe.
And they do hand it to Le'Veon Bell. Saw a little bit of a crease there.
I don't think that's enough to.
Picked up 6
nope, it
yards
looks like
on the
they're
play,
happy.
and they're just gonna take this one to half.
Yep. Really like to see the Steelers get a little bit more creative on first down play calls. I feel like they're pretty predictable in running the ball. And then when you are able to mix it up on first down, maybe take some deep shots with your 2 explosive receivers outside.
So what stood out to you in that first half?
I think both teams just trying to feel each other out, trying to get used to this new season, trying to figure out who their playmakers are, trying to figure out what their offensive philosophies really are. But both teams really look settled in on defense. I like that. What about you?
I've got to just go with the obvious. Mike Mitchell.
Mike Mitchell's been a huge difference maker. He's really
like
kept the
Troy
Steelers in this
Polamalu
game.
out there right now.
Yeah, he's been the reason why the Steelers are only down 10-7 right now. Looks like the Steelers are coming out in an empty set to start this second half. So I like to see this.
And dangerous stack over on the left side with Marty B and Antonio Brown.
They can get past this first level.
Ben just a statue in the pocket.
There like a statue. What's he doing?
He did have a crease to run. He had a couple of levels routes he could have hit possibly, and instead he takes the 7-yard sack, and there it is, Carl Nassib making his second play of the game, picking up the sack there. Looking pretty decent in place of Myles Garrett. They're not really feeling the loss right now.
I'd like to have seen Ben step up to the right side of that line. I think he had another pocket over there. He could have hit one of those guys coming across the middle.
And there's Le'Veon Bell getting loose now. Gaining that yardage back to set up a 3rd and 11 here.
All went flying after this play was finished. Thought we were going to get hit by that in the camera, but that's okay. We're good.
It's next level physics.
It is. This is the first time we've seen the Browns coaching staff go into their coaching adjustments on the year. Be interesting to see if those pay off.
Try and get after Ben as he's going to empty out the backfield again.
This is a for sure passing situation.
Nice little wiggle, and the pocket collapses, and there's Caleb Brantley, who I believe was in on the previous sack with Carl Nassib for the half sack, and possibly the steal of the draft, making a play there.
He was a great draft pick. Had a little bit of potential legal trouble coming out of the University of Florida, but he was cleared of that. And I believe the Steelers got him in, or the Browns, I'm sorry, got him in was it the 6th round?
Yes, it was.
He is definitely at least a 2nd-round talent I saw immediately after the season ended. So that's a great value pick for the Browns.
Jabril Peppers gets away, cuts it back inside, and he'll take it down to the 47-yard line, where the Browns will start in some great field position, looking to extend this lead.
Peppers is showing his versatility right here tonight. Only thing we have yet to see of him is, can he do anything on offense as a Wildcat quarterback?
Phil Jackson did allude to that possibility after the Browns made the selection.
I'd like to see what that can. I'd like to see how that works out right now. But the Browns don't really need any type of infusion on offense, so I don't think they need that right now.
Orwell's going to try and take it outside. He's blown up by Vince Williams
and company.
He looked angry on that hit. Angry, getting torched in coverage all game long across the middle.
Great run stop there by the Steelers with that 5-man blitz. Did what they need to do.
And now you are where you don't want to be with Deshaun Kaiser in a 2nd and long situation here, in an obvious passing situation here.
Be interested to see who the Browns bring out as their running back here. Is it Crowell? Or it is Crowell. So they're not going to be coming out on a running back heavy pass route.
Ooh, crossing
nice
it
levels.
To Sammy Coates. Had the defense slightly confused there with the crossing.
He snuck it right past, was that Vince Williams or Shazier? I couldn't quite tell. He snuck it right past the right side of them.
Yeah, it looked
so
like
good throw by Kaiser.
There.
Yeah.
Nice throw, aggressive throw, confident throw. And the Browns are in business here.
Kaiser's looking like he has a good command of that pocket out there. Just needs a couple more good play calls, and they could go up 2 possessions right here.
Kaiser's going to hand it to Duke Johnson, who gets a little bit of a wiggle, a couple yards on the play.
Nice pull by Batonio there, and at least sprung Duke free to pick up positive yardage on the play. So do you think this type of game right here, this low-scoring kind of feel-it-out game, is going to be indicative of a lot of Week 1 CFL games, or do you think we're going to see some users open it up and score right away?
I think for the most part we might see a little bit more of a defensive league, at least to start with. More defensive games, more realistic scoring lines.
I agree. I think it's
Nice
going to take
game
some
there.
users. I think it's going to take some users also just a little bit of time to get comfortable with, offense once again. So I agree with that as well.
Kaiser's going tempo here into a third down, and he dropped back in the pocket. Nice
Oh,
awareness
no.
there to get away from the first rusher. But there's Cam Hayward making the play to force this field goal. He did a nice job. It looked like he was coming off the edge around Joe Thomas, and he did a nice job to step up.
The
That
Browns
one
get enough.
is
Get enough
going
on this.
to barely clear the crossbar, and it is a 13-7 game. Count that up as a victory for the Steelers defense there. Another bend but don't break.
And Deshaun Kaiser may have single-handedly, that little scramble right there, even though it wasn't much, may have actually got them just enough yards to make that field goal. Big scramble by
Rodgers
Kaiser.
taking that one up to the 26-yard line. Where Big Ben will come back out on the field and try and lead his first scoring drive on the season.
We really need to see Big Ben have a little bit better pocket command right here this drive. And if he can, maybe he can get a deep shot.
They need to find Le'Veon in the passing game a little bit more. They can't seem to get the running game going as Christian Kirksey, I believe, fills in nicely there on a weak side blitz.
The run game's a lot of dives right now. I don't feel like the Steelers are doing much power pulling or trying to get the ball on the outside of the tackles. They're just running a lot of interior guts and dives right now, isolation type of runs.
Right. Couldn't agree more. You need to see some screens. Get Le'Veon, get Antonio involved. Antonio's been rather quiet. He's made a couple short catches and the one big strike over the middle. And
There's your
nice
screen.
Play action to the screen. Sammy Coates is chopped down by Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers, nice job of navigating a couple of blockers in there to pick up Martavis behind the line of scrimmage.
A pretty good play call by Pittsburgh. Just very well executed individual effort there.
Yeah, Jabril was not going to be stopped to shut that down. Crucial third down right here. Steelers cannot afford a 3-and-out, but they're in a tough situation. I like Antonio in the slot right here. It's a good look.
Ben's going to step up. He's got plenty of options,
There
and he
it
hits
is.
Antonio Brown over the middle for the score.
That's exactly what we said it needed to do.
He had plenty underneath with the levels, and he goes for it all, splitting that cover 2 defense beautifully.
That was a perfect throw.
And what
He got
a
it right
strike.
over that middle linebacker dropping, too. I was worried about that throw, but he got it right over the middle linebacker.
And at the midway point of the third quarter, Pittsburgh finds themselves on top 14-13.
Pittsburgh with 2 huge plays to take the lead in this game. The kickoff return by Schuster Smith, and then the touchdown here to Antonio Brown. Wonderful. Juju. Yes.
Now what does Hugh Jackson and Deshaun Kaiser have up their sleeves?
I don't think Cleveland needs to press for a touchdown. I think a field goal is okay here. The way they've been playing defense for the most part, a field goal is okay. A touchdown's ideal, but a field goal will work just fine.
And Duke Johnson wisely turns back and takes a knee as his coverage was pretty far down the field again. He wasn't going to make the same mistake twice.
No, that's right. He lost 8 yards on the last one. He was not going to do that here. Took it out to the 25.
Browns are going to run another stretch play outside. Crowell finds a little bit of room, picked up 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 7 here. They're finding nice creases, but he just can't get it out to the second level.
That's the type of run right there that I'd love to see the Steelers do with Le'Veon. Le'Veon has that home run potential. He can get through that hole quicker than Crowell can. And Duke Johnson similarly.
Right.
I'd like to see Duke get some carries. He's Duke's primarily being involved in the passing game. Duke get a couple of carries, could really change the pace of this running attack.
And he does have the strength and the build to carry the ball between the tackles.
He does.
People get that twisted. He can carry the ball between the tackles and be an every down type of back as the crossing route, the drag is open to Kenny Britt, who wisely puts 2 hands on the football.
Kenny knew what was coming there. Good catch and run by Kenny Britt, though, right there.
His
Browns
first catch
really
of the game.
That. Yeah. Browns look like they're trying to open up this offense a little bit, trying to take some, spread them out, which I'd love to see.
And another big hit there, that time from J.J. Wilcox, the other big hitter, a heavy hitter in this secondary.
That was a great late preseason acquisition by the Steelers from Tampa Bay.
It was. Buccaneers decided to go with T.J. Ward when he was cut. Kaiser plenty of time to throw. He's got Corwell in the flat sitting up. Nice decision.
Good job of checking down to your running back in the flats there. I think he was looking for a couple of deep shots, but nothing was there.
And something that's basic and should have always been in the game, but that's just beautiful, that finally Madden has guys sitting on the sideline and cutting upfield, not running out of bounds.
Right, not just trying to fall backwards.
Set up on the route.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
The check down is actually here. Kaiser going tempo and changing the play to an inside run. And Joe Bitonio just could not hold his block on Stephon Tuitt, who was having quite a nice day out there as well with the sack and a tackle there for almost a tackle for loss. No gain on the play.
Cam Hayward came across the line as well and made a nice little stop along with Tuitt. Both of those guys are having themselves a nice game. Big play right here for Browns. Got to pick this up after what you did on first down.
They're going to bring the bunch out to the right side with Coates and Njoku and Britt.
Steelers are dropping in
Kaiser,
coverage.
He's got room up the middle to run it. And Cam Hayward is going to, nope, that's TJ Watt going to bring him down.
In there. Yes.
For his first sack of his CFL career. Nice work there on the edge.
Nice quick coverage out there by the Steelers. They shut down the quick passing for the trail combination. Did a good job of shutting that down and forcing Kaiser to have to look to a third option.
And the Browns front office and coaching staff have made it clear they do not want Deshaun Kaiser to be a running quarterback. But that was an instance there where when he hit the back of his drop, he could have just took that right up the middle. He had all day to run the football.
Right, both the middle linebackers were dropping to cover the slant and the trail behind the slant. So he easily could have picked up those 2 yards that he needed for the first down. Let's see what the Steelers do. They had some success looking deep last time. Time to do it again, I believe.
We're going to hand it to Le'Veon Bell around the edge. Carl Nassib making the play.
Carl Nassib, thinking of the CFL Bowl MVP of Ryan Nassib.
You are right. Is he the most irrelevant in real life stud in the history of this league?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
I think he was working in trying to make it as the Saints' backup or third string quarterback this year.
A draw play, nothing.
Yeah, that is Caleb Brantley, I believe, making that play.
I believe so. Was that?
It is.
Who was that up the middle? Did he just blow Pouncey away?
Yes. Le'Veon chose the wrong side to run, though. He should have been along that right side.
Could have been. Yep.
And he might have been gone. It was a good play call.
Big critical play right here. Both sides. Steelers could get themselves some good field. The Browns could get themselves some great field position with a good stop.
It might have been some good old-fashioned Madden mechanics holding turbo insta-shed run there as he saw the big hole.
I don't look for the Browns to go back to cover 2 right here. They got burned last time in this exact same formation.
Ben back to drop. Plenty of time to throw and a dangerous one over the middle. Looking
Browns
for Antonio.
Browns covered that wonderfully well. That was great. See what Jabril can do here.
He's had plenty of time. They've been punting it into play for him.
Yeah, they have.
Another booming kick.
Oh, who was that just totally whiffed on their punt blocking? Totally ignored.
Driven down there.
Yeah.
For nothing on that one.
This is an exciting game coming into the end of the third quarter. Really like the way this game's been playing out for both teams. Couple big plays, couple good drives by the Browns, and here we are, 1-point game as we near the fourth quarter.
And let's not forget a pretty ugly interception as well by Big Ben.
Very true.
Kaiser all day to throw. He's going to try and drive that one. Little misfire there. And that is it's frustrating if you're the user every time, but that is a beautiful sight to see with that inaccuracy from Kaiser.
You know, I don't know if I'd even say frustrating. You know what you got when you have a quarterback like Deshaun Kaiser with lower accuracy. Even as a user, I'm excited knowing what we want to accomplish with our league, and I'm excited to see that even if I was using that quarterback.
It was a pretty damn tough throw to make in general anyways, from the opposite hash to the sideline there.
Right, and he was trying to drop it in basically into a bucket. Yeah.
Steelers showing blitz here, possibly the cover 3 look here again. And they do bring some heat, getting rid of the ball nice and quickly. Duke Johnson out in the flat. And again, on a 3rd down, the Browns are going to go tempo after a decent chunk of yardage on a 2nd down and long.
Do they go tempo into a run? That box looks pretty stacked, though.
Kaiser making some adjustments, no urgency to snap the ball.
He will have to snap it this quarter, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Might be part of the reason for the hurry-up look.
They've got themselves a run look right here, unless the Steelers' defensive line does something about this. There they go.
He's buying time for that crosser,
nice
and he
throw.
hits it. What a throw!
That was a great anticipation back there by Deshaun Kaiser, the rookie.
And
great
he
anticipation.
Threw it in the perfect spot to hit Corey Coleman as we're through 3 quarters here with the Browns driving at midfield. He threw that ball just behind him to where it could not be knocked down or picked if it was led.
It was his pocket presence, too. He slid around the pocket, stepped up, and timed that perfectly to hit him right on the end cut. Wonderful throw by Kaiser.
You saw him staring it down, trying to buy time to hit that throw with that space he saw, which did close up pretty quickly. He just made the perfect throw.
He knew what was coming open, though, and he got it. Great throw.
Kaiser's going to change things up and be joined in the backfield by Isaiah Crowell and Danny Vitale. And over the middle and jumping back.
Nice catch, Al.
It was a very nice catch. Might have threw it a little bit early there.
Yeah, if he could have let him sit down in the hole, he could have easily caught that and maybe turned and picked up another 2 or 3 yards on top of that. That's okay, though.
Sammy Coates making a couple plays here tonight.
We've not seen either team take a shot of, more than 15 yards down the field. I'd really like to see one team stretch it out, other than, I guess, Antonio Brown.
Yes. Kaiser is going to run for this one. Plenty of space. Plenty of space.
Yep. Took advantage of that cover 4 defense right there. I know that's one thing the Browns were looking for coming into this, was how could they attack some of the deep drops by the Steelers defense.
And now the Browns on 1st and 10 with the clock under 10 minutes.
Browns can't play this conservatively, though. They're in no means in a field goal range. You got to keep their foot on the gas.
An aggressive front here. As Kaiser changes, he's going to go play action, and he should have been sacked in the backfield. He's moving in the pocket to the back of the end zone, just a bit long. Mike Mitchell
had
in coverage
at first,
and I'm not sure if that was James Harrison or who that was that had him dead to rights in the backfield and just fell
James Harrison
heavy on that play action as the Steelers brought some heat.
Actually, I believe James Harrison was on the backside, so that may have been I don't even know who the other outside linebacker is. I'm blanking. It could have been Bud Dupree on that right side of the line.
Kaiser is going to hand it off to Crowell up the middle, and he is just smothered by Bud Dupree, Stephon Tuitt, and company. Just a yard on the play there. I like them when they're running the ball outside. They've had plenty of success. Well, not success, but they've been picking up 3-4 yards a play doing it that way. These dives for both teams have not been successful at all.
100% agree. Both teams need to look to pick their yards up off tackles. Their interior run game, especially against this 3-4 defenses each way, just aren't working.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the Browns are playing 4-3, but
both teams have been stacking the box pretty heavy as well.
Yeah.
On those running plays.
See what Kaiser can do here. He can't force anything.
Going to drive the pocket
Wow.
and make a very aggressive throw. That,
Wow.
in all
He's
honesty,
lucky that
should have been picked off, but that is Bud Dupree in coverage, regardless
That's
of user coverage.
Big play. Big play right there. Big drop for the Steelers, unfortunate.
So the rookie Zane Gonzalez for his first long attempt of his career in the CFL, and it
Looks
is
good.
true. And it is now a 16-14 game in Cleveland.
Exciting finish here down the stretch. Just a 2-point game as we go into the final 8 minutes and change with 8:49 left on the clock. Le'Veon really needs to get involved in this game right here, right now. Steelers offensive coordinator needs to figure out some ways to get him into some space. This offense feeds off of successful Le'Veon runs. That'll open up everything else.
Big Ben is going to come out with Le'Veon Bell in the backfield in a pretty decent looking box to run in towards as they try an outside zone. It's just blown up again, collapsing the line of scrimmage.
The left side of that line just looked completely mismatched there. Had no way to block that blitz. Steelers cannot afford to keep going backwards or only 1-yard runs with Le'Veon right now.
They've just had no success running the football. Very, 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 very shocking.
That's very true.
Ben takes a snap in an empty backfield and just a hideous throw.
I'm not sure who that was to.
I think it might have been Sammy Coates on one of those crossers there. He did have a couple receivers open.
I would have thought he was throwing that to Le'Veon on the check down. Steelers haven't wasted much time on this drive, only 40 seconds thus far. So even a 3 and out, if it's an incompletion, won't hurt them that much as long as they can get a quick stop on the way back. He's got the flat.
He does have the flat. He hits Juju Smith-Schuster, who tries to wiggle around Jabril Peppers, who makes a nice open field tackle. And
Jamar Taylor in there as well.
A punt. We have not seen Le'Veon getting involved in the passing game. And Antonio Brown has been rather quiet, but he does have that explosive play for a touchdown.
Martavis has
3 catches on the day.
Martavis just has the 1 catch for -2 yards. So Steelers playmakers have certainly not been the dangerous threats that we all assume they can be. What do you do here for the Steelers? Do you try to keep your foot on the gas and score, or do you just kind of, you know, go either way and run the ball a little bit, shoot some shot clock?
I think the Browns are going to go for this here, as he's got Seth DeValve misfiring as he was backpedaling in the pocket.
I like that.
Away from the blitz up the middle.
From Madden perspective, I like that misthrow.
A throw that Kaiser's got to have, and he would love to have back.
He could have gotten that back foot set on the drop. He'd have been just fine, I believe.
Now they come out in a
Steelers are stacking that box.
And they're going to try and run into just a loaded box.
Okay.
And the ball is recovered by J.C. Treader.
That's a huge recovery right there. That could have been game-changing.
And honestly, at this point, the running game has not been there, but it's been, in my eyes, more of a play-calling issue. You've got teams running into 8-man boxes there. You're never going to have success with that. Unless you're running a toss away from a blitz or something of that nature. But
Shazier just ran free right there just to put a hit on Crowell.
That play
was nasty.
Was over before it was even snapped. As the
you
play
can
clock
see
runs down here.
Steelers had that box stacked from the get-go.
Dangerous territory here for the Browns with their quarterback looking to pass. And again, a delay of game as he was making changes late in the play clock. That is the 3rd of the game from Kaiser, and it's now going to make it a 3rd and 19. Do you even try to throw the ball here?
No. No, I think you put Duke in there. Hopefully Duke comes in as a 3rd down back, and you just run yourself a little draw.
Run a draw, maybe something into the flat, something safe to him if you're going to throw the ball.
If you're going to throw it, right. I just run the draw, especially it looks like an empty box right here.
Very favorable to run the ball against. They are going to run a running back screen, though, and hit Duke Johnson that way.
But
just too many defenders swarming to the ball.
That was an easy play to defend.
Yeah, they went for the big play surprise potential, but nobody was fooled there, and they pick up just 2 yards.
Now, halfback screens, you know, most defensive coordinators in that position expect either a screen first and then defend the draw on the backside. So,
Korean body Calhoun with a nice open field tackle on Juju, not allowing him to strike them twice here.
No, great coverage by the Browns punt team there.
In some halfway decent field position here for Pittsburgh at the 32-yard line, trailing by just 2 with 6 minutes left in the game.
Right, if they can capitalize and pick up 35 yards here, they're right in field goal range. It's just 1 or 2 big plays away. You got the athletes to make this happen.
You've got the team to make it happen. You've got the quarterback to make it happen.
See, now right here, I'm very surprised that Le'Veon's not even on the field as a... Oh, he is out there. Okay. Take that back. Good. I like seeing this.
This is something they could go off tempo if they can pick up some yardage, and they do hit Le'Veon on a nice delayed in route.
Good call with the tempo.
Right, and they are going to go tempo here. Ben staying in the backfield alone, looking for a nice jailbreak screen. Juju Smith-Schuster could not find his footing.
I hope he got the first. He did. Okay.
He might have broke that one. Nice play call there. They had him fooled, and he just tripped over his own man on some nice cut blocks outside. But they do pick up the 1st down, moving the ball here, looking a lot better. I still would have possibly gone tempo off of that and got Le'Veon into the backfield, but they do
Le'Veon's
go
gonna
5
come
wide
into
again.
motion here. Nope. There he is.
Get him again. There he goes. And a nice 15-yard pickup there as he's ripped down by Jason McCourty, and they are going to go tempo again.
They're right on the edge of field goal range right here. I'd love to see him audible to a run and pick it up on the left side. There's some space right there.
Ben is going to stay empty.
Looks like
plenty of time. He's going to hit a nice delayed wheel route there to Marty Bryant, and he'll get outside.
They're really attacking this secondary now in that medium range.
This is the
second success.
This is the 2nd time we've seen Ben catch some fire with some tempo.
Now we can't let the Steelers can't let the same thing happen to Ben as they did before, where he threw that interception over the middle.
Darius Hayward-Bay is going to check into the game. Eli Rogers.
We got James Conner in as well in the
tired
backfield.
Bodies out there. A nice draw play to James Conner, who lowers his shoulder and picks up about 7 yards on the play. So we'll call it 6. 2nd and 4th to 22, and Pittsburgh is in business.
I think the Steelers start to look to chew some clock right here. Limit the amount of time you give the Browns as they get the ball back. You're in very good field goal range. Don't do anything stupid. Give yourselves a lead. And you've got one of the best backs in the league, so I think it's a no doubter. You run the ball twice right here.
Ben is going to come out with wide receivers split out both sides, and James Conner again in the backfield. And he is going to swing out into the flat wide open and fight for that yards. Nice tackle there by Taylor right at the marker, but they do pick up the 1st down.
The Browns are starting to get a little conservative right here in their pass coverage. Going lots of cover 3, giving the Steelers lots of underneath space to get some skill players into some open territory to make some moves. They're taking it. Steelers look like going under center.
Little offset eye look here. And if they run a dive here, I'm just going to lose it.
He picked up some nice yardage.
With a Some nice blocking. Finally, the offensive line showing up on the halfback gut.
What I think that may be a result of is, that may be a result of some limited audibles for Big Ben in the offense right there. I think they liked the formation. They just didn't have many outside runs to go to.
Some tired legs out there on both sides as this elite offensive line flexed their muscle.
There's outside run written all over this one, to the left particularly. I hope he called a stretch right here.
Ben is going to toss it left, and they've got numbers. Nix just does not block.
Why does Nix not kick out to the corner? He's good.
And King making the tackle there. Le'Veon Bell had a first down and more, but the pulling guard and Roosevelt Nix did not do their job.
No, they did not. The pulling guard just barely clipped. I don't even know who that was. Was that King that made the tackle?
Yes.
That the pulling guard only chipped, and then Nix did not get a clean block on him either. So Steelers had a nice setup there, but they couldn't capitalize.
Do they try and just run this ball down their throat again?
I would. They're giving it to him.
They go play action here. In the rollout, looking for Antonio Brown in the back of the end zone. He gets hung up in a nice strike to the sideline, finding James Conner again in an injury on the play now. Not sure who got banged up there. Some tired legs.
Ben took a big hit at the end. We have, nope, Ben's still in there.
Le'Veon Bell checking back into the ball game here. And filling it nicely with the user Jamie Collins. And that is Ramon Foster, who was banged up on that play, should return to the ball game here. Their big left guard.
If you're the Steelers, so you take this down to the 2-minute warning and just look to chew some clock and keep that ball safe after this clock stoppage.
And I believe that was our first injury that we saw this game.
Yeah.
Steelers
just trying to get themselves. I think they may just be looking to see what the Browns give them with this look for the first play call after the 2-minute warning.
And Ben, in Steeler fashion, trying to draw him off sides, takes it to that 2-minute warning.
Got nothing.
Pouncey is out for the game with a hip pointer there.
That's two crucial injuries here.
Precarious situation here for the Steelers with goal to go from the 8-yard line, and you only need a field goal.
You can't do anything too risky right here. I think you'd run the ball. Oh, they're not looking to run it.
They're clearing it out again for Ben. And he's looking for a slant over the middle, and he hits Martavis Bryant.
He slid that thing in there with some heat.
And a nice strike from Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Steelers looking to make it a 21-16 game here.
I'd have thought about going for 2 right there. Try to make that a 6-point ball game instead of 5.
And a great drive there from Pittsburgh. That play, that strike to James Conner over on the sideline for the first down there to get him into goal-to-go situation. That was a gutsy bootleg play call and a very nice find there from Big Ben.
That was a great throw by Big Ben. It was great blocking, too, to pick up a couple blitzers and keep Big Ben clean long enough for him to find Conner standing on the sideline.
Now, what does
Browns need a touchdown.
The rookie have up his sleeve here, as Duke Johnson is going to let that one go wisely.
Smart.
They've not had any success in the kick return game.
I think we're going to have to see the Browns keep an eye out for Mike Mitchell right here. He's been all over the place, and I think he could come up big if the Browns try to test him on that left side of the secondary.
Kaiser touted as one of, if not the best rookie quarterback in the CFL this year, and this is his chance on primetime, first game of the season, to showcase his skill. And he's going to take off up the middle, plenty of room to run, and he gets down after hesitating for a second.
He hesitated, yep.
And
looks like the Steelers are dropping into a cover 3 right now, and I'm going to see what the Browns do to try to capitalize against that. Look for some floods or something.
Some adjustments at the line here from Kaiser. Again, he's got a pocket to run the ball up the middle. He's going to roll around left end. He's got plenty of room to run. Gets down. Oof. And a timeout.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a risky slide right there. He almost got his head decapitated.
And it's going to set up a 3rd and 1. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Is this 4-down territory? Do you take 2 runs at it here up the middle?
Yeah, they only have 2 timeouts. You have to be 4-down territory. They wasted that timeout earlier on the oh, no, they didn't. They just called one just there. So you have to treat this like 4-down territory. But I'd run it right now. That's open.
It is very open. Can the line actually hold up? And they do.
Oh, they do.
Slips there.
Now you go
for a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Yep, great tempo call.
They're looking at that level sail look. Quick snap there.
If he waits it long enough, he can hit wide
on the run. And what a play on the ball.
Whew.
Was that
I believe
Joe?
That was 21. That was the corner over there. Was that Hayden? No, it was not Hayden. That would have been Artie Burns?
Artie Burns.
Nope, Artie Burns is 25.
Yeah. I think it's Joe.
Is Joe Burns 21?
Yeah, because 23 is Mike Mitchell, so.
Yes, that was Joe Hayden out there. I do think that Kaiser had the middle end coming in, open, the deep end, if he could have looked back to the middle of the field there.
What about Joe Hayden if he ended the game in Cleveland right there?
Ooh.
On the running back screen here.
He's got some room. Can he put a
Duke with a little slip. And he's brought down by Bud Dupree.
I think about calling a timeout right here. You got some guys running deep routes.
Right. Guys are getting tired.
But no.
Ooh, and it's picked off by Bud Dupree.
He
needs to get down. Runs it out of bounds. Bud Dupree in the drop coverage as the Browns went tempo to 4 verticals, like you said. You might have wanted to call a timeout. Relax the situation a little bit. Think about the play calling instead of forcing yourself into a situation you didn't need to.
Yeah, I think if Dr. Strange and the Browns would have it over again, they would have taken some time, got themselves set, because that was a big 3rd down conversion. You hate to go to a play that's so stock like the 4 verticals right there. There's just not many options right there in a 4 verticals look.
They're running the ball on a toss there.
I'd just be taking my knees.
And the Browns are going to call a timeout with that in mind.
Let's see what the Steelers do here, because I would just take a knee. There's no reason. 40 seconds. You only have 3 seconds left on the clock. What are you doing? Got some simple math out here.
Very curious here from Pittsburgh.
It looks like they think they need. Looks like they felt they had to run the clock down, but they really didn't need to. Just a couple of knees would have been enough. That's okay. They're coming out with a victory, assuming they take a knee right here. There's the knee. There's victory formation.
So Pittsburgh is going to take game 1 of the season, 21-16 in Cleveland, after struggling their way through much of the first half. Juju Smith-Schuster giving them life.
Big Ben and company really showed some moxie there, sticking around that entire game and rallying there late in the 4th quarter, picking up a couple clutch throws and converting a touchdown there in the final couple of minutes. It's a great victory for them.
And we will just watch this one run all the way down to zeros.
It was a very well played game. I think both coaches were a little bit cautious to not try to take any deep shots and cost themselves, but I do think both coaches also could have benefited from stretching the field a little bit.
Well, are we ready to get going with some more games tonight?
I think so. Any other games besides the Ravens and Bengals coming up here shortly?
If this old man still wants to play, we'll see.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he can't wait to get back on the CFL field. All smash mouth. I do know that we have a Bills and Jets kickoff early tomorrow morning, likely around 9:30 Eastern time. So if anybody wants some breakfast in CFL, we're good to go there. I'm not sure of any other games on the docket. It looks like I know a couple of other guys are hoping to go. It looks like 49ers and Panthers are kicking here shortly. That should be a good game.
One, yes.
Yeah, be interested to see because that Panthers defense is super athletic with Shaq Thompson, Luke Kuechly, and company in the linebacking core, and then a very good defensive front. See how the 49ers stand up against that. That'll be interesting.
Well, after, 2-3 hours of headaches, we finally got our game in on time.
And on time,
With
still with some headaches remaining, though.
Goofiness.
Yeah. Not sure exactly what to make of some of the moves. The computer cutting Joe Mixon, like, what? What are you doing out there?
Yeah.
But, we'll get through it. All it'll take is a little bit of headaches here for the first week or two. And then hopefully we're set for the next 4 or 5 seasons. Hopefully 5, right?
Better be 5. Who are our slackers? We got 8 pending invites. Who are these men? VGP, Johnson, Krilla, Rooks, Currency, Stroller, LBJ, and Morgan.
I know LBJ and Stryker are even talking about playing tonight, so hopefully those two get in the league. We need to check. Are you on the game?
Yes.
We need to make sure that the Texans and Jaguars didn't actually get played.
Right?
Yeah. I'm sure they didn't because it sounds like CV was already joined in.
League schedule, no, has not been played.
Okay. Phew. They just posted some fake scores then in the ticker.
Ravens and Bengals kicking off soon.
Awesome.
Why do I have Daryl Washington on my team? Smash Mouth says.
Daryl Washington. Gonna be banned in our league, is that right?
Yeah.
Won't be playing again in the real league, so banned in ours. That was a fun opening night for the primetime kickoff. What's next on the primetime schedule for the league?
We've got Broncos and Cowboys hopefully being played in week 2 on Tuesday night, if possible, with CP's. The only thing I'm worried with that is CP's schedule with his.
You said Broncos Cowboys, him and D11. That should be a great matchup.
Well,
that'll be a very interesting matchup with that defensive front against the Cowboys offensive line and
an old
Zeke.
rivalry, CFL.
Yeah,
rivalry.
Very old rivalry. Yes. So, well, that was another fun broadcast tonight.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back Tuesday with a primetime game of some variety. Hopefully, it will be that game, and we will be back with some podcasts, power rankings, and all that. I was going to do a preseason power ranking, but I didn't want to just throw it together. So we'll probably end up doing CFL rank shows on podcasts once a week, maybe a Sunday morning podcast or something like that. Make it a lot easier to do 1 week, so 4 shows a season, rather than trying to cram it in every single week and having half-assed nonsense.
It'll just give us more material to talk about if we can do it once a week or something. You're right. So,
anyways, I'm signing off. I gotta get into game mode. I'm hungry.
Best of luck.
And I have to play Smash Mouth. He's gonna kick
all
my
you got
ass.
to do. All you got to do is watch one thing. Watch that Ohio State Oklahoma trailer. You'll be hyped right away.
Or just listen to Gus Johnson speaking English loudly.
That too.
All right, boys, we're out. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Thanks a bunch.
Next time. Where's that Madden 18? I need that Madden 18 out.
You need that
outro.
Kenny Madden 18.
I wonder what happens when I Google Madden 18. Nothing. Nothing good. I go to the SoundCloud then, Kenny.
Who does Kenny play week 1? Raiders play? I forget.
I don't remember.
I forget.
Titans?
Titans, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Kenny and Jay, that'll be a good one.
CFL, we are out.
Later.
Hello. Yo, yo. Madden. Madden 18. 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 Teams Madden hating. Rookies. Super Bowl's a bitch. She bad and waiting. Tagging you rich, man, I need the same thing. Not a clown, but admit I just need a little bit. I just need a little hit. I got a little track set, finna get lit. Got a quarterback sack filled with the shit. Corner for a rag, man, a bitch better sit. I'm so fucking sick, hit the fucking truck stick. Put her on her back, that's laying on her six. She down when I touch, she dance with a pick. She run when it's tough, she throw like a trick. Defend when it's rough, but hole getting slick. I'm back with the lines in the trench, mastermind. Back with the shine, defense gonna grind. Offensive when it's time, I'm out of my mind. I'll kill you on a rhyme, yeah. Madden 18. Madden 18. Madden 18.